Okay, just toss the exhaust back on. I'm about to plug up everything, take it back outside and clean up all this area because it's pretty dirty and I want to take care of that when it's off. But I also noticed that, but these are pretty beat up, and I was going through my old lever pile to see if I had anything in there that would match up to just have some new levers, but I found two new assemblies that I hadn't ever actually used for old Honda, so I may be able to use these and toss them on in replacements, which would be awesome because first of all they're newer and I wouldn't have to worry about anything, and two, it's a little bit shorter lever and it gives it a better angle, which I prefer. I'm gonna see if I can get that to work and toss these on. Clean it up a little bit. You can see everything a lot better. It's pretty cool. You can actually see the original Japanese Yamaha motor company label for the monoshock. I'm actually pretty impressed that that's still intact. Just trying to clean it up a little bit, get all the old dirt and grime off, as you can see, and make it look a little bit better underneath what I'm about to cover up with the seat and the gas tank. I feel like I'm going to be doing this a couple times, just kind of taking it apart, putting it back together, cleaning, taking it apart, putting it back together and cleaning, and just keep doing that as I get this not only track ready but just ready to ride in general. Obviously a lot cleaner than it was. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the gas tank and the seat back on and have all that done. I'll worry about the air boxes after that, and then I'm going to start working on the front end a bit more. I of course did this out of order. I should have done the compression test before I put the gas tank and the seat back on. Let's see what type of compression we're getting with the new piston in. And see where we're at. That's good. We were at 90 before, and now we're a bit closer to 120. I'm gonna give it a couple good kicks again, and we'll see where we're at. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the front end and finish up the controls. So right now, everything for the most part is back together. We've got 120 pounds, 120, 130 pounds of compression. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the controls, get this front wheel off. I also noticed that it's a little bit off-centered, so hopefully I can fix that when I have it off too. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, but we'll get it squared up. I wasn't sure about this rear sprocket, but this sprocket is toast. Look at how small those teeth are. Hopefully I have one in my parts bin. I'm not sure if I do have some that works. We'll have to see. This is obviously a bit older, or a lot older, and I don't have a lot of Yamaha parts. I have a lot of Kawasaki and Honda parts, but I'll see if I have anything that matches up, but otherwise this is going to be in dire need of being replaced, along with this sweet chain. So yeah, that's pretty bad. And got some great news. The new levers I had lying around for a Honda work perfectly, so I can replace this old one with these new purchases. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the clutch side also. Pretty pumped about that because these were just lying around doing nothing, and now I have replacements for these, which gives it a much better angle. They're shorter and they're black and they're brand new. And there we go, got the new levers and housings on. Next, I'm going to pull the front wheel and work on that and the front forks. Front wheel off, basically 17mm. Unscrew this after you unscrew this lock bolt, and you have the forks off from there. Got the wheel off. I think this brake part just pops off. Never open up drum brakes on a dirt bike. This brake pads actually look pretty good. I'm not going to mess with this too much. I was basically just checking to see if they had brake pads on there, which they do. Everything looks good in there. This part looks good. I'll probably just sand that up a little bit. I'm going to put some new grease on the bearings, but that all looks good. None like drum brakes. Oh, that's simple. Just that turns and expands it. Talk about a basic concept. If it works, it works. Originally I was going to leave this front tire on there, but it's got some cracks. I'm not even sure if this I wonder how old this tire is. I have no idea. All it says on it as far as brand is it says, where is it? It says motocross on it and the size. So I'm tossing on a Geomax MX, which one is this? MX52F. I may end up swapping out the old tire, the rear tire. I don't know how this one is either. It's one of these old Kendas or something like that. I know the shop had some Dunlop rear tires too, so I might just go ahead and just replace them both while I got it. Because I can't do the front tire without popping the tube, I'm going to go ahead and have them do the back tire and just replace all that because I need to take all this off anyways. So this is how this goes on. Rear drum brake assembly attached right there to that. Also attaches on the bottom right there. And then that's where those bolts go in. So that's where I leave her today. Got both wheels off. I found the chain that'll work, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I have a bunch of sprockets, but none of them, of course, work for that, so I'm going to have to find a new sprocket for it. I'm pretty happy with where it's at. And then I got the wheels off. I got to replace this tube because I popped it putting a new one on, which sucks. And I need to get a new sprocket. I wanted to check the brakes out anyway. Brakes are good on the back also. And I'm probably going to go ahead and replace the back tire anyways. It's super hard and it weighs a ton and it's super fat. So I'll see if I can find an 18-inch tire and get that swapped out too while I'm at it. Figure why not? I got everything off anyways. I'll go ahead and just put a new tube in it as well as the front one. So that way I'm just, at least I know those are ready to go. That's where I'm at. It's now 15th, 16th, it's Easter Sunday. So we'll see how everything goes next week, if I can get all that mounted up. And then it's basically just the front forks and change out the oils, the fluids, and I'm ready to go. So hopefully we'll hit the track pretty soon. We'll see what happens. Moto Mondays, cheap new Ballard.